but I had to figure, I'm like, okay, I have to figure out my space in this.
That's life. Everything is life. It happens for you. Everything is for your greatest good.
It's no secret that Beyonce and Jay-Z have long been regarded as the ultimate power couple. Their empire built on a foundation of music, business ventures, and an image that seems almost untouchable. But what if that image was more calculated than anyone imagined? Wendy Williams, never one to hold back, has sparked controversy yet again by claiming that Beyonce might not be the flawless queen the world worships. In fact, Wendy has gone so far as to say that Beyonce is worse than Jay-Z, who himself has been embroiled in no shortage of controversies. These claims have sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry, with fans and critics alike wondering, could there be truth behind Wendy's explosive allegations? Let's start with Wendy's boldest claim, that Beyonce's carefully polished image hides a calculating and controlling personality. For years, Beyonce has been celebrated as a beacon of empowerment, a paragon of grace and strength. But Wendy is pulling back the curtain, painting a picture of a woman who, behind the scenes, allegedly manipulates every aspect of her life and career to maintain dominance. According to Wendy, Beyonce's rise to the top wasn't just about talent. It was about strategy, control, and an unwillingness to share the spotlight. Wendy claims Beyonce has a history of sidelining those around her, including her own Destiny's Child bandmates, to ensure her steady ascent to superstardom.
I know so much on how you got where you are.
Take, for instance, the dynamics within Destiny's Child. From the outside, the group's success seemed like a harmonious collaboration between Beyonce, Kelly Rowland, and Michelle Williams. But Wendy suggests that the reality was far more cutthroat. She points to the sudden departures of original members Ladavia Robertson and LaToya Luckett, claiming that Beyonce and her father, Matthew Knowles, orchestrated their removal to center the group entirely around Beyonce. Wendy alleges that these moves weren't just about creative differences, but part of a larger plan to position Beyonce as the group's undeniable star, and it worked. Beyonce's voice dominated their tracks, her image was front and center in their music videos, and the group's branding revolved almost entirely around her.
That's how hateful you guys are. How you step on anybody to stay on the top.
Wendy didn't stop there. She also hinted at tension between the surviving members of Destiny's Child, even after they became a trio. While Kelly Rowland and Michelle Williams have publicly supported Beyonce and celebrated her success, Wendy claims that behind closed doors, things weren't always so rosy. She alleges that Beyonce's influence over the group fostered a competitive environment, one where Kelly and Michelle often felt overshadowed. Wendy has even suggested that Beyonce's solo career launch, which coincided with the group's decline, wasn't a coincidence, but a calculated move to ensure her dominance in the industry. And then there's the infamous elevator incident. Who could forget this shocking footage of Beyonce, Jay-Z, and Solange in that elevator after the 2014 Met Gala? While most of the world focused on Solange's fiery reaction and Jay-Z's attempts to defuse the situation, Wendy zeroed in on Beyonce's calm, almost detached demeanor. According to Wendy, this wasn't the behavior of someone caught in a moment of family drama. It was the calculated move of someone protecting their image. Wendy claims that Beyonce's decision to stay out of the fray wasn't about avoiding conflict. It was about ensuring that she appeared above it all. Wendy even implied that Beyonce's silence during the altercation allowed the narrative to shift entirely to Solange and Jay-Z, keeping her own reputation spotless.
Jay-Z new video with Nas and DJ Khaled is a scene with checkerboards. These are all occult Satanists.
But it's not just Beyonce's relationships with her family and bandmates that Wendy has called into question. Wendy has also accused Beyonce of using her influence to control the media and silence critics. According to Wendy, Beyonce's team operates with military precision, ensuring that every story about her is carefully curated to maintain her image as the ultimate role model. Wendy alleges that anyone who dares to speak out against Beyonce risks being blacklisted, their careers mysteriously stalling after crossing paths with the Queen Bee. She pointed to several industry insiders who have hinted at feeling overshadowed or sidelined after working with Beyonce, suggesting that their silence wasn't voluntary but enforced.
You know, hip-hop wearing skirts or hip-hop being closeted and having a plethora of kids to prove manhood that, you know, and denial of something that...
One of the most striking examples Wendy cited was Beyonce's alleged rivalry with other high-profile women in the industry. While Beyonce has always maintained an image of female solidarity, Wendy claims that behind the scenes, she views other female artists as competition rather than allies. Wendy brought up rumors of tension between Beyonce and Rihanna, suggesting that their relationship has always been more complicated than it appears. She also hinted at Beyonce's icy dynamic with Kim Kardashian, particularly during the height of Kim's relationship with I. According to Wendy, Beyonce's refusal to engage with Kim wasn't just about personality differences. It was about maintaining her status as the queen of the entertainment world.
And she was practically burned at the stake for talking about such. And now it's all come full circle.
And let's not forget West's infamous rant during one of his concerts, where he accused Beyonce of refusing to perform unless she won a specific award. Wendy seized on this moment, claiming it was further evidence of Beyonce's control tactic. West's words, "I was hurt because I heard that you said you wouldn't perform unless you won," became fodder for Wendy's narrative, painting Beyonce as someone willing to wield her power behind the scenes to get what she wants. Wendy even suggested that Beyonce's friendships and alliances are purely strategic, designed to serve her interests rather than foster genuine connections. Wendy also didn't hold back when discussing Beyonce's alleged treatment of her collaborators. According to Wendy, those who work behind the scenes to help build Beyonce's empire often feel overlooked and underappreciated. She claimed that writers, producers, and stylists who have contributed to Beyonce's success have sometimes found their efforts minimized, with Beyonce taking the lion's share of the credit. Wendy pointed to past allegations from collaborators who hinted at feeling exploited, suggesting that Beyonce's public image as a champion of equality and empowerment doesn't always align with her business practices.
You can be in love with someone. You can love someone and if you haven't experienced love and you don't understand it and you don't have the tools to move forward, then you're gonna have complications.
But perhaps the most shocking element of Wendy's claims is her insistence that Beyonce's perfection is a facade. According to Wendy, Beyonce's public persona has been meticulously crafted over the years, with every interview, public appearance, and performance carefully controlled to maintain her image. Wendy accused Beyonce of going to extreme lengths to suppress any cracks in her armor, from scripting interviews to heavily editing her public interactions. The result, Wendy claims, is a woman who appears flawless to the world but is far more complex and far more calculating behind the scenes.
Celebrity couple. We were never a celebrity couple. We were a couple who just happened to be celebrities.
That's beautiful.
Like real people.
Yeah.
As these accusations continue to circulate, reactions have been divided. Beyonce's loyal fan base, the Beehive, has come out in full force to defend their queen, dismissing Wendy's claims as baseless and defamatory. Social media has been flooded with posts celebrating Beyonce's achievements and calling out Wendy for what many see as an attempt to stir up drama. But not everyone is so quick to dismiss Wendy's words. Some have pointed to past rumors and controversies surrounding Beyonce as evidence that there might be some truth to Wendy's allegations. Others have praised Wendy for her boldness, arguing that she's simply saying what others are too afraid to admit.
After they are done with Diddy, Jay-Z is up next to be exposed, right?
Regardless of where you stand, one thing is clear. Wendy's claims have reignited conversations about celebrity culture, media control, and the cost of maintaining a public image. Is Beyonce truly the flawless role model the world believes her to be, or is there more to her story? Wendy's revelations have shaken the entertainment world, leaving fans and critics alike questioning everything they thought they knew about the Queen Bee. And with so much speculation swirling around, it seems this story is far from over. As Wendy herself put it, the truth about Beyonce is finally out. But is it, or is this just another chapter in the ever-evolving saga of celebrity life? Stay tuned, because this drama is only just getting started.
Has done things and allegedly participated in a lot of things that the public would not be happy to know.
The story doesn't end here, because while Wendy Williams has been busy pulling back the curtain on Beyonce, she's also been stirring the pot with fresh claims about Jay-Z and his decades-long friendship with Sean Diddy Combs. If you thought the Beyonce accusations were shocking, wait until you hear about the tangled web of alliances, betrayals, and controversies that tie these music moguls together. From their early collaborations to the latest legal allegations against them, Wendy's insights take us deep into a world where power, fame, and scandal collide.
But after that major documentary comes out on Diddy, then you're going to start to hear more and more about Jay-Z and his nefarious past.
Let's rewind to the 1990s when Jay-Z and Diddy were just starting to carve out their place in the music world. Back then, Diddy was already making waves with Bad Boy Entertainment, and Jay-Z was on the rise with his debut album, Reasonable Doubt. Their paths crossed early on with collaborations like Brooklyn's Finest featuring the Notorious B.I.G., Diddy's biggest star at the time. The two men were seen as icons of a new era in hip-hop, representing the hustle and ambition of New York City. But according to Wendy, their friendship has always been more complicated than it seemed. She claims the two weren't just collaborators. They were competitors, locked in a quiet battle for dominance in the music industry.
Lives, and we may actually see one of the biggest divorces in Hollywood is because Jay-Z is up next to be exposed.
As their careers skyrocketed, so did the rumors. Wendy has long hinted that both Jay-Z and Diddy shared more than just a love of music. They shared secrets, too. She's accused them of using their influence to build an untouchable image while hiding the influence to build an untouchable image while hiding the messier parts of their pasts. And if you think that sounds dramatic, consider this. Both men have faced serious accusations over the years, and their names continue to pop up in some of the most sensational headlines in the industry. Fast forward to today, and the drama surrounding Diddy is impossible to ignore. His recent legal troubles have brought decades of rumors and whispers back into the spotlight. Wendy, never one to shy away from controversy, has openly questioned the extent of Jay-Z's involvement in Diddy's inner circle. While Jay-Z has been adamant about distancing himself from Diddy's current legal woes, Wendy isn't convinced. She's pointed out that the two men have been linked for years, attending the same parties, collaborating on projects, and even appearing together at high-profile events like the Rock Nation brunch. But the cracks in their friendship have been visible for some time. Take, for instance, 50 Cent's infamous social media trolling. Earlier this year, when Diddy's homes were raided as part of an ongoing investigation, 50 Cent shared a post mocking Jay's 50 Cent Silent. The post featured a fake missing person flyer with Jay-Z's face on it, captioned, "Anybody seen Jay?" While most people laughed it off as typical 50 Cent behavior, Wendy saw it as a sign of something deeper. She suggested that Jay-Z's silence wasn't just about self-preservation. It was about keeping his distance from a friend whose scandals were starting to spiral out of control.
I seen him do it before. I seen him even tell people on the phone before, like he did Wendy Williams.
And let's not forget the civil lawsuit that recently named both Jay-Z and Diddy as defendants. The legal filing claims the two were involved in an incident that allegedly took place after the MTV Vital Music Awards in 2000. While both men have denied the allegations, the lawsuit has reignited questions about their past behavior and the circles they ran in during their early careers. Wendy has been quick to point out that these accusations, while shocking, aren't entirely out of left field. She's hinted that both Jay-Z and Diddy have long used their wealth and influence to shield themselves from scrutiny, creating an aura of invincibility that's only now beginning to crack.
This is Wendy Williams, the hottest radio host in New York City.
But Wendy's critique of Diddy goes far beyond his friendship with Jay-Z. She's also called out Diddy for his alleged role in sabotaging her career back in the late 1990s. According to Wendy, Diddy single-handedly got her fired from her job at New York's Hot 97 radio station after she made some less than flattering comments about him on air. At the time, Diddy was at the height of his power, and Wendy believes he used his influence to silence her. She's described the experience as a turning point in her career, one that taught her just how ruthless the entertainment industry could be.
Let me tell you this. When I get back to New York City, if she's on a radio station, he's talking to a radio executive.
And if you think Wendy has moved on from that chapter of her life, think again. In a recent interview, she didn't hold back when discussing Diddy's current legal troubles. "It's about time," she said, referring to his recent arrest. Wendy even brought up a 2016 video that showed Diddy in a heated altercation with his former partner, Cassie Ventura. She described the footage as horrific and questioned how many other incidents like it might have gone unnoticed or unreported. For Wendy, Diddy's downfall isn't just a scandal, it's a long overdue reckoning. What makes Wendy's revelations even more compelling is how they connect to the broader dynamics of celebrity culture. She's painted a picture of an industry where power and influence often go unchecked, allowing stars like Diddy and Jay-Z to operate above the rules that govern everyone else. But as recent events have shown, that illusion of untouchability is beginning to fade. With lawsuits, investigations, and insider accounts coming to light, the carefully constructed images of these music moguls are starting to unravel.
When we got back to New York City, Wendy Williams was in Philly at a new station.
And yet, despite all the drama, Jay-Z continues to distance himself from Diddy's controversies. His lawyer, Alex Spiro, recently held a press conference to address the allegations against Jay-Z, describing them as baseless and stupid. Spiro even went so far as to accuse the attorney behind the lawsuit of exploiting vulnerable individuals for financial gain. Mr. Carter has nothing to do with Mr. Combs' case or Mr. Combs' case or Mr. Combs, Spiro said, emphasizing that the two men's professional relationship was nothing more than that, professional relationship. But Wendy, ever the skeptic, has questioned whether Jay-Z's public denials tell the whole story. After all, actions speak louder than words, and Jay-Z's continued silence on Diddy's more serious allegations has only fueled speculation.
Breaking news tonight, Sean Diddy Combs has been arrested in a Manhattan hotel this evening after a grand jury indicted the music mogul. His attorney tells CNN that he is currently being processed. The charges are unclear as of this moment.
What's fascinating about all of this is how it ties back to Wendy's larger narrative about power and control in the entertainment industry. She's consistently argued that the biggest stars are often the most protected, their mistakes and misdeeds swept under the rug by teams of lawyers, publicists and enablers, publicists and enablers. But as Wendy sees it, that protection can only last so long. Whether it's Diddy's legal troubles or Jay-Z's attempts to distance himself, the cracks are beginning to show. And then there's the question of how Beyonce fits into all of this. While Wendy's criticisms of Beyonce have focused primarily on her alleged control over her own image, they also raise questions about how much she knew or ignored. Jay-Z's is past. Wendy has suggested that Beyonce's silence on certain controversies isn't just about protecting her husband. It's about protecting their brand. After all, the power couple's image as a united front has been a cornerstone of their success. But as more allegations and rumors come to light, that image becomes harder to maintain. As Wendy herself has said, the truth always comes out, eventually. Whether that truth will vindicate Jay-Z and Diddy or further tarnish their reputations remains to be seen. But one thing is certain, Wendy's revelations have reignited a conversation about accountability in the entertainment industry, forcing fans and critics alike to take a closer look at the stars they idolize.
Man, I ain't gonna lie.
So, what do you think? Is Beyonce's image as flawless as it seems, or is there more to the story? And how much do you believe Jay-Z and Diddy's friendship has influenced their careers and controversies? Share your thoughts in the comments below. The tea is hot and we want to hear from you. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more celebrity gossip and intriguing stories. Until next time.